Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps. We're in Shapes 2. Last episode, we built a major distribution depot for this operator Shape 1, and it seems to be working pretty well. We've got a lot of trains that are actually heading back, so I think we can maybe even go a round of duplicating it. I'd sort of threatened to do this before, but let's double it up. Why not? You know, let's see. Yeah, we've got this guy's chugging along about halfway. Let's double it up. Yeah, let's see how that's going. So yeah, that seems fine. These guys are still pretty well packed in here. So I think that'll work out for a little bit. So we got that going. I did say again, you know, and I'm happy to be proved wrong on this. If you have any use that you know of where the shape wagon transfer would be a good solution, or the fluid wagon transfer, like, I just don't know where to use these. Same with the, where is it here? Under upgrades. Same with the fluid tanks. Like, where? Why? What? Let's go ahead and unlock all this stuff. And let's get the weight stop and filler wagon. All right, the only thing we've got left is wires, and we are good to go. Once we have that, then we'll start in on the shape multiplier. So these guys are going. We did get another one of those, and we've got that. So we have a lot of shapes in. Again, look, this is totally full. So, and trains are headed back with full batches. So that's good. So what I wanted to do on this episode is just blaze through this milestone quickly. We start off with this guy, which is a circle and a square, little hourglass shape, but it is magenta, so it is going to need to be painted. And then it becomes white and also painted. Then it becomes white with a crystal, but also with a layer of crystal up above it. So how do we do that? How do we get a crystal layer on top? Well, I think I've got an idea. And over here in this other one, we start off... Oh, look at that. That's our idea. This one we start off with double circle on pins. Very easy. Double circle cyan, also on pins. Equally easy. And what we're going to do is we take that and stack it up on top of this. And we should end up with space there. And then run the whole thing through a crystal. If not, then we might have to run this through a white crystallizer. And then stack this on top. And then run it through a white crystallizer again. So we'll mess around with that. Let's see if we can find this shape first with a circle. And then a space. And then a rectangle. Boom. Look at that right there. There's one right there. I want to get one kind of off to the side. This one is the right orientation, which is nice. This one's opposite orientation. Don't know that I want to get one that's right in the heart of all of this. We are also going to need to make some magenta fluid that will eventually become white fluid. So we'll do our trick of making a white mixer, but not use it that way. Let's do it out here. Let's find something out here that works. Because then we can take it and just send it down this same path. In fact, we'll make another little depot to collect it. It'll be right here, right next to it. Okay. Let's just grab this guy. Look at that. That's the correct orientation. and everything. All right, so that's where we're going to start off. Let's do... how many of these were we doing? What was our shape machine before it goes in to be colorized? Before it goes in to get painted? Oh yeah, we had like 15 of them, right? 16. So that's what we want. Let's do 16. Let's see if we can do it. So we'll come in here. We'll grab our shape. There's one. We'll do 2, 3. This one we'll lower down. Okay, and grab that back, and then we'll use this space here for that, so that's 4. This is going to be 5. Uh, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think we can get these in here. What if we take this guy? And put him here. Then take this. This one's going to be very different. There we go. Okay, that's still doing the same because this is the middle layer and that's the upper layer and the bottom layer. So that was 12. Oops. And there's 13. Okay. So good enough to start with. And let's do, again, spacing it 2. And this will be our start. So if you're enjoying this, if you're enjoying all this cool stuff about shapes, please make sure to subscribe because we're going to be launching out of the gate pretty quick as soon as we get clearance to have the new content from the new game. And that's going to be exciting. All right, so that is there. Now let's make some paint. Let's just do it up here. All right, so I'm going to come in and again come into depots and do a white mixer. And yes, to the left is perfect. 1, 2, 3. Oops, and 4. Now I'm going to disconnect these guys. And do this. This will be temporary. So yeah, the difference in this, in what we're doing now, is we're going to build it big from the start. Okay. At least that's the idea. And just get it going, right? Okay, so we want magenta, so let's make sure red and blue get delivered to the top 2. And green in the very bottom. Let's do this guy. So again, we're going to be pulling from multiple fields of fluid. Multiple fluid fields. What are we going to do here? This is annoying. Alright, we're going to do that. Then we're going to take this, do that. Okay, there we go. And again, let's just copy this whole thing. So that's one blue. Get a couple blues going in. I'll put that there. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. All filling those up. That works. Yeah, there we go. And what we have here. Oh yeah, this guy's cranking. So let's look at the statistics on that guy too. We'll do her 5 minutes. 51,000 per minute, 47,000 per minute. I mean, yeah, over a minute. Well, let's wait till this gets over. So there's no flat, because this is like when we started playing. Let's actually go back quickly and check on it and see how we're doing. Ah, yeah, see, we're starting to run out. All right, so I'm going to disconnect this guy, which I hope didn't kill it. That may have killed it. Yeah, that killed it. All right. That's all right. Yeah, see, now there's no cars running back with the that are full of the shape. We drained it. We drained the pond. All right, where is... There should be another... This one's still chugging. All right, still getting there. All right, good enough. Yeah. All right. Where are we? We're here. All right, so we've got some blue. Let's get some red going in. This, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. And then here. One, 2, 3. All right, so that gets some of that fluid coming in. I just want to get it rolling. Over here, we have a 3 station. Right, there's some red. There is... Oops. More red. But we're going to change the color on these trains to be blue. And actually this one will do another. Okay. And that was it for red. All right, so we'll come in. We're on level 1. Red will come in right there at level 1. And there we are. Quick and easy. So that one's connected, and now this one will be connected too. There we go. Alright, so that's all running in. Now let's get blue coming in. Oop. We'll copy this guy. Appropriate, since it's actually blue. Doesn't matter, of course, but you know how I like to do it. Alright, Shift F does that rotation. And then this goes up on the second level. And where's our other patch of blue? Come on, I know it's right in the same neck of the woods. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of this because it's blinding me. Didn't we do a second one? I know we did. All right. There we go. All right. I know I'm going to stumble across a... There we are. To F3. There we go. Oh. Except we need to... Nope. Oh, look at that. Good timing. Alright. Excellent. Now over here, we will make those red. But we'll just do 4 of them for now. Okay. So that sorts those two colors coming in. Then we need a painter module because we're going to paint these guys. So what we ended up doing was this. So why not? Why not copy it? Okay. I'm just gonna get rid of all the active trains. I guess don't need them right now. All right, so the purple and eventually the white. I'm gonna bring it out here a bit. I'm gonna go down and then in one before we connect. And then, yeah, that's gonna be it. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm probably going to make this bigger once it becomes white. And then it's going to go in right on that same track. Doke. Then let's grab this guy. And bring it on over. Get rid of 2. Feed it on in. Okay, so that is going to get that going for that shape. And then you know what we can do? Honestly, at this point, we can just run it on in. Where's our depot line? I think we're right here. There. Yeah, because this one's white. It doesn't matter. It doesn't actually matter because they're all jumping into the void. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just... I'm going to enable just a couple of these. Don't need all of them. And those will start picking these guys up and shipping them in. Alright. In the meantime, let's get circles going. There's a lot of circles there. A lot of circles there. Circles, we've got lots of circles. Eventually, circles are going to be cyan. So that'll be another color mixer, but just 2 colors, not 3. And that will happen. These guys just need to be duplicated and pinned. So you know what I think we could do with these? We can't. I was saying we could do it for this stage, right? Was we can stack them and pin them right here. Just do it side by side and build some infrastructure to do that. The problem is that eventually we need to take these circles out and get them painted, and then we need to stack them and pin them. Because the second layer one, the bottom, the middle one in this case, does become cyan. If just the top one is going to be cyan, then we could do it. We could stack it all here. But that one being cyan right here means that we need to do it at a station. What do we have going on here? All right. There we go. We're missing out on a lot of blue fluid there. And we still have a lot, so it's still okay. Okay. So, yeah. Let's do this. We'll paint them here, and then we'll bring them over here for stacking and pinning. So let's get a stacker depot. We do a quad. All right. 1. And then that's 8. Sure, why not? Do 12. So we're going to stack those, and then we're going to pin them. There's our pin pusher. Good doke. Excellent. That works well. And that's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. That was the wrong height, wrong layer. And we're just going to drop it down and send it in on that track. Perfectly fine, again, because they are all getting destroyed when they go in the vortex. They get recreated. So let's get this dude hickey here and let's start making them. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's a lot. And then this one, oops. There we go. Yep, that one is already done. I kind of thought that one was going to go quickly. This one will too. That, and that. Okay, so that's one batch of shapes. And let's do this. Let's come over here and we can peel off all that. And this. Because we're going to take this and go down. That and down. And down. Okay. So now it's waiting for a green to get fed in at the bottom layer. And before we do this, we'll double it up. Yep, there we go. Okay, so let's take a break from this shape and get some green fluid going in. Okay. So these guys are all going to come in on this same line, but down at the bottom on level 0. So let's take this. And we can put this in all of these. There we go. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and run the track in. Go. And this one. Perfect. Now we just need 3 different colors of trains, of locomotives. And we'll do an extra of this one. And 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do an extra of this one. 5. And we'll leave this one as is. Perfect. Okay, so that is making white and feeding white into here, which is good. These, however, you know what? I'm gonna grab all of this and zero it out by hitting I. That should kill all of the fluid that's in there. And all of the magenta shapes that were painted that were in there. Perfect. Okay. Alright, now this is one white... Yeah, you know what? We could do that. We could make this a massive white machine and have some of them deliver here, but then also have some of them deliver to the crystallizers that we're going to need over here. Alright. We will consider that. In which case I would just need to make this longer and add more of these guys in. Okay, so in the meantime, let's grab this. There we go, and get rid of 2. Yes, this is our just stacker and pin machine. All right, I want to find another thing of circles, but in the meantime, this will start feeding into there. All right, you have been selected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's see here. 13, 14. That's good enough for now. Again, not doing a lot of science to figure out how many of these we need. Just till it feels right. That's wrong. And just keep slamming these in to the system. And this guy. Right, I think that's all of them. It might be more than this is. It is. It is 3 more. Two, 3. Where are we headed? Up to there. All right. There we go. All right, but that I actually want it to be here. Then we'll go up and go into there. Excellent. All right, then let's send those. So that's going to make our final shape for this guy. And again, I'll just enable a couple of these for now. And then what we need to do differently is send this into a cyan. Send all of those into cyan painters, and then send half of them into the top and half into the bottom. And that'll create our next shape. Okay, so white. We need this to be working. Here we go. We have white trains working. So we have 8. All right, so we're going to do 8, 4, 8, and then 10. Perfect. So that is going to start getting these guys going. And yeah, I'm going to start gearing this up, because in theory we need a lot more white fluid. I don't want to click it down when there's a train, a loaded train under the cursor, because I think it will delete the train. Okay. That's going. Feel again like maybe we should have some more of the blue and some more of the green. Let's take a look at this guy. It's hard to tell there. Yep, that's correct. You can see it there. So that's working. Oh my goodness, look at this. Let's look at those stats for a bad boy here. Yeah, 19,000 per minute. It's not bad. Yeah, and see now we've got full loads again. Maybe what I need to do is instead of having a second white train is have like another color train, right? And then it comes down and it's got to be a color that's not used anywhere else. Or what it does is it comes in here, right? Then I have a track that does like this. It just slowly ambles down, right? And then we feed that second train down there. I wonder if that would work. Like this, all the way down. It just makes it go much slower. And then it's like 1.5 trains. Let's try it. Let's try it. Why not? You know? Let's grab this whole thing. And put it in there. Oh yeah. And then it joins. Alright, some of the circle shapes are going in. Some of these white shapes are going in. And that's not... Yeah, there's no pin under that. That's good to know. Alright, yeah, those seem to be the first ones of those going in. Alright, so let's try this. This is ridiculous to me. But it's so ridiculous that I love it. So adding a yellow locomotive, and what I'm going to do is come up here and say yellow goes down this way. Hey, look at that. Those are working. Alright, let's watch this beauty. That's a full load. Now it's going to go down. Yep, and then that one's done already. So that's going to take for a slower time, but it will increase the overall number of shapes going in. All right. I don't want these ones going in. In fact, that's what I'll do. I'll just destroy those trains like this, the old-fashioned way. All right. So what I need to do now is take all these circles and put them into a big painter. Oh, first we need a mixer. Okay. So let's do this. Up here to depots and down to mixer. And yeah, that will work. Okay. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's 8 and 12. All right. So that is great. So that's all of that's going to make our cyan fluid. And that's all on the one layer, which is good. That's what I like. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that shape is done now. All right, so I can kill these guys. Right? If I'm going in, yeah, look at that. Our train is still taking its weight, taking its time to get down there. And has there been another full train go in yet? There it is. Look, yeah, see, that is gonna pass it up. So maybe it doesn't have to be this long. I like it. And that's the fun thing about shapes, right? Is stupid solutions to ridiculous problems. Okay. Let's focus on teal. Let's get some teal going. Let's see. I'm just going to zip ahead. All right. So I have the machine making the cyan fluid up here. That is going well. Then I also created a little painter depot here, and I've got all those circles coming in here. Now all I need to do is add, and in fact I created a track for the train to pick up the cyan fluid and drop it in there too. So I'm just gonna get one fleet of cyan trains. We've got 12 here. So yeah. Let's see. Let's just do 6 there and 6 there. And take them in. And give all these. Here we go. All right, so then I can add more back here too if I need to. So then what I'm going to need to do is take these circles, these cyan circles, and send them into this stacker that we already have. And what I'm going to want to do for that is have half of them run into the top, and half of them, that's right, half of them run into the bottom, which is there, and then half of them run in up here. So we'll do red and blue. Let's get a red train on there, just a locomotive, and a blue one. All right, so that way we get the track colors in, but we're not fighting it. And then right here, doesn't matter which is which, so we'll send blue down that way, or up that way. Blue up to the top, red on the bottom. Okay, and once these start populating, then we can go. I'll just do 6 for each. We've got a lot of shapes. We got more than our shapes are full for this. So that's good. We just need more fluid. The fluid is coming in. It's taking its time. It's only up to here. Looks like we're a little short on the green. Again, we'll look and we'll see what is going back. We're fine on circle shapes. Totally fine on that. These colors, the blue and the green. Is the blue fully saturated? I feel like missed one. No, it just missed it because it was full. Alright, so blue is almost saturated. Green is getting there. That's interesting because I feel we've got 8 blue. Oh, yeah, we only have 6 green. So let's find another green patch somewhere. There's not a ton. There's one up there. I want to get one that's sort of out of the way. 3 and 4. Okay, that'll work. And we are already using blue trains and green trains. So we will change these ones to red. And send them. Yeah, see, they can just come right into there. And again, that's why I build these stations this way. These are going to come in. Although, I don't necessarily want them to come through here because I don't want them to pick up from this station. So, let's do this. Take them up and over. Oh, that didn't work. Alright, up. Oh no. And over, and then in. Okay, there we go. Go on back. Alright, perfect. Alright, so that's going to add to the... saturate that green. Where are we with everything else? Do we have... These guys are not yet delivering. And that is fine. So let's get our shapes going. We'll do... why not? Let's just max them out. Why not? And hopefully these blues can get some of the shapes too. Come on, reds. Don't be hogging. Okay. There we go. Good. All right, that is going to be making this shape. So now we need to do is a different thing. Now we need a crystallizer depot. Now the crystallizer depot is a whole different one. Oof, yeah, it is big. And in fact, yeah, I've got this version of it. That I could use. This one will work. I just need to make it a depot. Depot style. So if I had a fluid unloader, here, and then it comes up and splits. but let's move it here. Okay, fluid unloader. Wait, we wanted to go down. Fluid unloader there. There. Okay. So that is that. Now, shape. We'll bring it on the top. So we need a shape unloader. I'm just going to put it there. And it goes in. Okay, and the key with making a depot is I want it to be the same width, right? That way you can copy paste it without having to add in any tracks. All right, and then I'm just gonna bring it over here and shape load it on in. Yeah, there we go. And we can shrink that path to there. Okay, so that works. And it comes out on path 1. All right. So let's take this. And let's put it down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12. Okay. Now, we're going to see if that works. And what we need to do is this. Besides those guys, we're also going to have red ones feeding into our crystallizer. But I'm also going to get rid of some of the white ones. And we'll keep the white guys going down that way. Bring the red into the crystallizer. Right? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. How's this doing? Do we have... Yeah, we've got white all the way down, so that's good. I think we built that to a good scale now. Oof. Look at this. That thing is cranking. Has our yellow train made it in? I think it did. Oh. Is that a new one? I don't even know. I don't know at this point. All right. So that's done now. Good. Where is our... You guys can all go back. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep squishing you back. There we go. All right. So, good stuff. All right, so we are feeding that into there. Now we need to feed shapes. That's going to be our white shape. All right, so that is going to get crystallized. But I kind of want to do an experiment. Go on back. All right. All right, so I'm going to do an experiment. This is going to crystallize and make exactly what I think it will. All right, which is the bottom, the very, very bottom layer of this. What I want to know is what if we stack this with our little cyan friend here and then run it through the crystallizer? Will that do it? So let's make a little tester. And make a quick stacker single. Yep. Gonna have that come in there. I'm just gonna send one of them in. Alright, it doesn't really matter. There we go. Okay. Alright. So that gets us those guys going in for the bottom. Then I want one of these to go in for the top. Alright, just do one. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now we're getting that stacked. I believe that when it stacks, that we'll have a shape. Right? Oh, the pin drops. Okay, so let's see. So the pin dropped down to the ground floor. So let's see what happens when we feed that into a crystallizer. Okay, that's all we need is just one of those. Just one delivery. Oh, come on. What is... Got it. Needs to be a shape. Train. Come on. Let's do this. Okay, let's see if this works. I don't know if it will. Okay, here come the shapes. Pause. I think that has done it. That's it. By Jove, we have it. Alright, I'm going to come and clear out this entire thing. Alright, so what we need to do is, before we feed shapes into here, they need to be stacked. These guys need to be stacked with these guys on top. Okay. So let's do that. I'm going to take this And I'm going to get rid of all that. All right. And let's do that right up here. I'm just going to leave it paused for a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 12. Oh, let's see. It's an example of why you want it to be the right width. Okay, so that's the top. That's where these guys are going to go. And that's the bottom. Yeah, this doesn't need to be multicolor. So those are going in there. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of the multicolor. And just increase these. All right, and then the output from here is going to come into here. And that makes our final shape. Let's unpause. And I'm just going to use red for these guys. There's 6. We'll start off with 6 for now. Okay, so I just want to make sure that all feeds in. And then again, what I would do probably is take all this. I mean, I could take that all and feed it into another depot for another big train. I don't know if this one needs it. You know, I mean, that's kind of like this. Oh, that's what I did, because here I broke it into 3 different ones. Yeah. But I didn't have the crystallizer. That's what is very different. All right. I'm going to create a shape train to go in. Let's make sure this works. We'll get this one. So that should be 3 or 4 packages. It'll be 3. Okay, then all these others are going to feed on through. We could take that one and send it through this. No, I'm just kidding. Let's not do that. Oh, look at that. We're up to 202 research points. I didn't even realize that. All right, my friends. Next episode, we are going to go over the basics of wiring. I have a number of videos talking about the basics of wiring, but this is going to be the latest info. Not, of course, 1.0. I don't know that there's radical changes coming to 1.0 regarding wiring. So I think this information is going to last. It's going to be valid for quite a while. So looking forward to that. Let's just skip forward and let this train deliver in. Okay? Here we go. Nope. All right, here we go. The last train is headed in, and yay, it works. 1620 delivered out of 150,000. So you can see, though, coming down. No, let's see here. We should have more coming down the pike. Yeah, there's a couple more trains worth. So again, this will take a while to build up and get to that level of non-stopness. We do have pretty solid, looks like solid belts going through, so that's good. So excellent, that is on its way, that is going. Thank you so much for watching. Let's make a quick little thing here. This is operator 8. Victor 8, and we'll put that in. Save it. Thank you so much for watching. This is Gramps, signing off.